Cometh now the repercussions of lying to people for so long. MSNBC and CNN ratings plummet following Trump's landslide victory. And it's not just the corporate press. We saw a video last week where David Pakman, a prominent liberal streamer, says, please stop unsubscribing. We are losing paid subscribers. We are seeing people leave the channel. I called all these other liberals. They're all seeing the same thing. And indeed, it is true. Now, it's not the apocalypse for these people. David Pakman lost 10,000 followers and then maybe more because they only round to the 10,000. He's gained that back since then. Brian Tyler Cohen, who is a massive YouTube channel, has lost 10,000. He has not recovered. And we are seeing this across the board, and it is not impacting channels on the right. And I think this sends a big message, my friends. You see, in the earlier segment this morning, I was talking about how Democrats are more concerned with being Democrats than they are with being right, whereas Republicans are more concerned with being right than they are with being Republicans. Hence, they won over libertarians. Donald Trump went to the Libertarian Party facing boos from the crowd because he was like, maybe I'll get some of you. Maybe I'll get some of you because I'm willing to compromise and make my offer to everybody to win this election. And, I think that libertarians did help push Trump over that mark because the third-party candidates didn't actually get that many votes. But if you look now at what's happening to MSNBC and CNN, I think David Pakman exemplified it much better because they're not going to explain. MSNBC, CNN is not going to come out and be like, oh, heavens me, we're losing all of our viewers. But David Pakman will. Because he's an individual channel and he relies on subscribers and, views and all of these things, probably making a ridiculous amount of money. And I will stress this too. Boy, oh boy, the podcast world is changing. With this, they call the podcast presidency. Media has shifted and money be flowing in. Ad rates are starting to skyrocket in ways I did not expect. So now it's getting pretty wild to see how much money people are making when they're doing these ads because people don't want to buy on TV anymore because it doesn't move product. It's interesting. But I will tell you this. The Democrats are screwed. This is another example playing off of my earlier morning segment where I would suggest the Democrats are a done. Now, they'll figure something out fine. What I mean to say is, what are you going to do, Democrats? Are you going to abandon wokeness? Are you going to adopt moderate populist policies so that you can actually try and win back the moderates? If you do that, you're going to sacrifice the woke and the left. AOC right now is saying, no, I think wokeness is fine. Wokeness is fine. Okay, pick one because you can't have both. Regular people don't want woke garbage. And if you go with woke, you lose moderates. If you go with moderates, you lose woke. Thank you and have a nice day. This is why Democrats have been so adamant about falling in line and agreeing with whatever they say, no matter what. And this is exactly why their ratings are collapsing and their shows are failing. But let's take a look at this story from the Daily Wire. And then we'll throw it to our good friend David Pakman as he explains that there are bloodthirsty pro-Trump influencers planning to destroy him and progressive media. He plays a clip from our show where I mentioned that liberals are propped up by bots, which I believe I have a preponderance of evidence to suggest as such. Notably from this story in the Washington Times that talks about how liberals are losing followers en masse, which is not explained by an exodus, which they tried to do. But he plays the clip of us and then he's like, look at what Trump supporting streamer Tim Pool has. Oh, shut up, David. I've known that guy for like 12 years. All right, here's the Daily Wire. They report MSNBC and CNN's ratings plummeted after President-elect Trump's landslide victory against Kamala Harris was announced early morning hours of Wednesday after the election. According to Nielsen data, the viewership on MSNBC on Thursday analyzing Trump's win brought in a total for all day of 596,000 viewers. And in the coveted age demographic of 25 to 54, a total of 71,000. Whoa! Holy smokes. Guys, take a look at my video yesterday morning has 275,000 views. And that is almost entirely key demo, 25 to 54. That's just one clip that I've done. We do, I think, 1.5 million uniques. Million unique views. I think that's what it is per day. Maybe I'm wrong. It seems a little. No, I think that's probably right. 1.5 million uniques. And then some people watch multiple. So we end up getting a couple million across the board. All key demo. And for the day, Their total was 596,000 and only 71,000 for all day. Holy crap, that's insane. They say on CNN, coverage of Trump's election victory throughout the day on Thursday brought in 419,000 total viewers and only 91,000 in the key demo. Nobody is watching CNN anymore. I got to say, guys, I think we're keeping them on life support. When we talk about the corporate press at this point, I think it's us keeping them on life support. I think the reality is David Pakman gets way more views than that. He's losing subscribers. He gained them back. He's whinging. You're whinging, David. Primetime coverage for both networks was even worse, with MSNBC host Alex Wagner experiencing the lowest rated show ever, and Chris Hayes' show scoring the worst audience since May of 2016. Year over year, MSNBC's numbers were also down 23%, while CNN's audience was down 40%. So I'll stress this. We have one primetime show. We are the biggest primetime live show on YouTube. Timcast IRL. I'm going to say that again for everybody in the back. Timcast IRL is the biggest YouTube primetime live show. We are the second biggest show on YouTube for the day. Pat McAfee beats us. And in the news category on YouTube, we are number one all day. And in general, I believe right now, for the entire U.S., we are bested only by the king himself, Dan Bongino. Shout out to Dan Bongino. His show is like 3 times as big as Timcast IRL. So for YouTube, though, he's on Rumble. For YouTube, we're number one. Number one primetime, number one news. Thank you guys all so much who watch this show, but let's revel in it. Share the show with everyone you know. Hit that subscribe button right now. Tell everyone to subscribe. We are taking over. The media is us. The corporate press is crumbling. And so are the liars and the manipulators. This is the problem with the Democratic Party. Oh, I'm going to show you. But let's read a little bit more. They say, meanwhile, wall-to-wall coverage of Trump and his electoral popular win was a boom for Fox News, whose viewership on Thursday was around 2.6 million, with 375,000 viewers watching from the key age demo. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe that. The audience for Fox News is up by more than 60% compared to the year prior. Okay, I'm going to have to pull this up because I'm going to have to show you these here numbers. This is a major shift. A major shift in, here we go. Let me grab this video. I did not realize this Fox News thing. So we have 2.5 million views on our election coverage, which is only a half day, with a peak concurrent viewership of 160,000 people. That is probably 2.3 million key demo viewers. Overwhelming majority was key demo. We have all the numbers. People who are, we do have people who are boomers who watch, but over 65, not really. The overwhelming majority of people who watch are about 30, 33 years old. And then we have, I think, it's 25 to 30. I forgot how they break it down. I think it's like 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 54. And that is the bulk, with the bulk being around 30. That's crazy, man. This is it. They're saying enough. Election night coverage on Tuesday gave MSNBC its first ratings victory over CNN. They got 5.1 million. Well, hey, there you go. Congratulations. They beat us. ABC, NBC, and CBS also experienced a drop in views from the audience they had for their election coverage in 2020. Still getting 5 point whatever million, but that's not key demo. You show me the key demo numbers. Let's see that. Well, now we have this from David Pakman. The guy is, congratulations, dude. Bloodthirsty pro-Trump influencers plan to destroy me and progressive media, he says. 278,000 views on this video. And don't forget, he's selling you dog food. We're probably going to be picking up sponsors, too, at some point. But it's absolutely incredible. Dude, I can't speak for anybody else. All we did was highlight what you said, David, when you said you were losing subscribers in large numbers. And then we said, here's potentially why. But let's play the clip. You can hear it from the man himself.
I'm going to find someone, a like-minded media outlet, and they say, I like this. And so by Friday, new subscribers started to outpace the people canceling. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of people canceling, but the new subscribers are outpacing them.
Okay, so let's pause real quick. David, you made a video where you said, please, don't leave. Stop unsubscribing. We're losing paid memberships. It's an algorithmic cascade of desubscriptions. And we commented on that. You are now saying, but hey, wait, they're coming back. Okay, well, that's new information. Don't apply that to the context from the night where you said you were spiraling.
Well, the MAGA influencers caught wind of this, and they are bloodthirsty, and they want to end us.
Dude, I can't believe people follow you, David. I can't believe people follow you. I can't speak for anybody. They want to end us. No, Steve Bannon actually said we should watch shows like yours so we know what you're thinking. But this is insane, dude. You are such a manipulative dude. They're trying to end us. Subscribe. Man, I wish I could be as duplicitous as you and say to all my viewers, guys, please, you have to subscribe. David Pakman is trying to destroy me. And only by becoming a member for $9.99 per month can you help fight back. Join Timcast.com today. Use promo code. Yeah, not happening, dude. I say this, support the show, become a member if you like what we do. But maybe I really should ham it up a bit more often, huh? Just like this guy does.
Believe that now that Trump won, that now that Trump is going to go after adversarial media, now that Republicans have the Senate, that they can put us out of our misery for good and destroy independent left-wing media. They have become obsessed with this. There are hundreds of hours of videos talking about my explanation of what's going on. I'll give you some examples. Trump-supporting streamer Tim Pool did a video called David Pakman Says It's Over, Losing Subscribers and Members, Begs Leftists to Please Come Back.
That's a fact title, by the way. So people are like, Tim's always making clickbait. I'm like, dude, that's literally what the video is about. I didn't say David Pakman makes shocking statement. Click here to find out. That's clickbait. I didn't say David Pakman's channel must be destroyed. No, he said David Pakman says he's losing subscribers and begs them to come back, which is literally what he did.
A video in which he laughs and says that our supporters must have been artificially supported by the platforms.
False. I never said that.
And they aren't even real subscriber numbers, that there's a thumb on the scales was the term he uses that now is being removed because Trump won.
Yes. And what I actually said was when Elon Musk announced that he was going to be buying X, liberals noted they were bleeding tens of thousands of followers and they didn't know why. At the same time, people on the right were all of a sudden gaining tons of followers. It made no sense. Some people tried explaining this away in the corporate press by saying this is just leftists fleeing and it's conservatives returning. And it's no, because Elon Musk hadn't bought anything. And in fact, we didn't even know for sure if he was going to be buying it. The moment Elon Musk said he was considering buying X, this turned on overnight for everybody. How does that make sense? What does make sense is algorithmic manipulation, that the left was being propped up and the right was being suppressed. Also, with Elon Musk's move to get rid of bots, we saw this happen twice. All of a sudden, liberals are like, I'm losing followers, and it must be because they're quitting X. Well, certainly a lot of people are deleting their accounts. Fine. No, the reality is likely that the Democrats, not necessarily the Democrats, but the deep state or whatever, the Twitter CEOs, whatever word you want to use or phrase you want to use, were propping up liberal accounts to create a fake sense of balance. There's a saying that any sufficiently unmoderated platform will become right wing. And for a long time, X was fairly unmoderated, and it was the free speech wing of the Free Speech Party. Then they began moderating it. They gave a backdoor to intelligence agencies. That's all a fact, not a conspiracy theory. They had a backdoor and regular meetings with intelligence agencies. And then when Elon Musk said, I'm coming in, something flipped like a switch. So the hypothesis, which I believe is reasonable to assume, is that there was some mechanism by which liberals were being given fake followers to prop them up and make them look more prominent. A good example is how when you go to the New York Times, and they're not necessarily liberals, but they're a left-leaning news outlet, a liberal-leaning, and you'll notice that with millions of followers, they get zero engagement on their posts. Meanwhile, someone with substantially less followers is getting way more engagement. So my point is simply this. When Trump announced that he wins, what makes more sense? A bunch of liberals were like, wow, Donald Trump won? I guess I quit being a liberal and don't want to watch David Pakman anymore. Unsubscribe. Maybe. Or it could also be that powerful special interests were like, we need to prop up certain channels. So subscribe to their channels, use bots. It's really simple, actually. And I would not be surprised. Kamala Harris spent tons of money on buying influencers. Trump didn't. Trump just dangled the promise of doing an interview with them and then did an interview with some and got them a bunch of views and subscribers. I believe it is fair to say the Democrat machine paying influencers, they did, and having these fake people on X who are like, I love Joe Biden, when you know they have no idea what they're talking about. It is reasonable to assume, not proven, that there are many powerful interests that are using bot accounts to make it look like the left is the majority and the right side of history. That's what they were claiming the whole time. As the meme goes, they want you to believe that they are in the majority and you're the minority, when in reality, Trump supporters have proven that they are in the majority right now. But how about this? Bloodthirsty pro-Trump influencers. So, David, you see what he does? He mischaracterizes what I'm saying and says that the platforms are propping up. I said special interest groups. Any special interest group can go to any one of these bot farm companies and pay them money to give David more subscribers. If Trump loses and they say on November 6th, we cancel our subscription plan for bot accounts, David overnight would lose tons of subscribers. And here's David Pakman's social blade. And you can see he lost 10,000 in the wee hours of the morning on the 11th. Over 10,000 people. Okay, like honest question. Over 10,000 people. Seriously, tell me I'm wrong because I don't know if it's true or not. You're saying, David, over 10,000 people went to your channel and clicked unsubscribe. Why? See, I don't buy this for a second. And the reason is they say the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. If someone was genuinely like, okay, well, politics are over, I don't care to follow David Pakman anymore, they wouldn't even go to his channel or think about it. They wouldn't be driven to go and unsubscribe. They'd literally just be like, man, they would just ignore it. So why would people who hate David Pakman now be unsubscribing? Sure, makes sense. I mean, he's got 2.6 million subscribers. Maybe 10,000 of them were Trump supporters who just hate followed him. Once Trump won, they're like, don't need it anymore. Still, most of them probably would not go and unsubscribe. People don't do that. So how did it happen? Well, David, I often hear from our biggest fans on Timcast IRL that they were unsubscribed. And they'll say, I watch your show every single night. I went and I wasn't subscribed anymore. That's automatically unsubscribing somebody. Could that be the case? That they were not active subscribers, falsely propped up or otherwise? Yes, that's reasonable. Well, David, you're all right. You gained 20,000 since you lost 10, so you're up 10. Then we got Brian Tyler Cohen, who David's like, I called him and asked him. Yeah, this guy's not recovered. He lost 10K and he's been flat ever since. But here you go, David. Here's another one of his videos. This is from 3 days ago. MAGA is crushing media while I'm begging Dems to appear on my show. Uh-huh. Really? You look, man. They're trying to destroy us. Wow. I wish I had followers as stupid as David Pakman's. Like, I know some of you do watch his stuff and you complain about it, and some of you just watch both and you don't care. But think about this guy who's like, they're trying to destroy me. You have to subscribe. Well, that's probably why I gained subscribers from stupid people, because they actually believe this insanity. My dude, David, when you come out and say we're bleeding subscribers, please don't leave. It's people, are leaving in large numbers. Did you think people would not notice? You made this video. Look, I'll give you two examples of David Pakman. I'm not right about everything. I'm wrong quite a bit. I get that. David Pakman made a video a long time ago. This is when I realized, because I've known the guy for like 12 or something years. And this is when I noticed who this guy is. He made a video and it said Trump disapproval rating skyrockets. I made a video saying Trump approval rating skyrockets. Same day. And I was like, this is kind of weird. How am I wrong? And so I looked at my data and I was like, yeah, Trump's approval rating has gone up. I mean, it's still below 50%, but his approval rating is increasing. How is David getting? Oh, David used a single outlier poll to make a video that would get clicks. I made a video using a polling aggregate that showed all of the polls over the past, week or so, and there's like 10 of them. So you're getting a more holistic view of what people are thinking about Donald Trump, at least if you believe the polls. That's who David is. He sees one poll and says, good enough for me. Here's another example. Ted Cruz was asked by Meet the Press, Chuck Todd, he's like, do you really believe that Ukraine interfered in the 2016 election? Ted Cruz then is basically like, this is what the media is reporting. You hear a producer in the background laugh, and then David makes a video. It's like, oh my God, he's so dumb. They're laughing at him. I can't believe this. If David had done a simple Google search, you would have seen that Politico, in fact, did report that Ukraine interfered in the 2016 election to help Hillary Clinton. This resulted in Paul Manafort going to jail. Like, all of that happened. I pull it up all the time. That's who David Pakman is. It's a sad day for me. The dude's got 2.6 million subscribers, but hey, I don't care. He's allowed to. No one's trying to destroy him. That's just called opposition media. I believe he's the darkness. He lies and manipulates to gain power. He makes these ridiculous bloodthirsty influencers are trying to destroy me. Look at what he's posting. Jeez Louise. I tell you what. And then he's got this one. MAGA is crushing media while I'm begging Dems to appear on my show. Yeah, it's because Democrats are wrong. They can't appear on any shows. They can't be in a hot seat. They struggle with this. And you're not even opposition media. So look at that. Asmin Gold TV, I wonder why. And he's showing David Pakman saying, why are people unsubbing? Please come back. Okay. Well, let me round it out for you, my guys. Let me round it out for you. The top live streams of yesterday. Shout out to Kai Cenat, Dan Bongino, and Pat McAfee, the top three, the biggest. Hey, look who's number 4, Timcast IRL. We were the 4th biggest with 78,000 live viewers. And I will say to live search, you got our election day numbers wrong. They said we had 132. We did not. In fact, we had much more than that. But whatever. Oh, actually, I think it was a time. No, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Because they stopped counting at a certain point. And then, yeah. We had 2.5 million views on our election show. And we are the 4th biggest live stream in the United States for November 11th. We were the 2nd biggest live stream on YouTube for yesterday. And I think if I scroll down, I think they have it. We were the number 1 YouTube live news show for yesterday. Dan Bongino on Rumble beats us. Steven Crowder was just behind. Bannon just behind. Benny Johnson was the 2nd biggest live stream on YouTube for news. And then I give you this. For November 8th, which is the Friday, Timcast IRL once again was number 4. The 2nd biggest stream for the day. And the number 1 biggest news show on YouTube. And the number 1 biggest primetime live. So, David Pakman gets his numbers. Congratulations, my dude. Bloodthirsty pro-Trump influencers plan to destroy me. Let me tell you the difference between David Pakman and me. And I think David Pakman's right about one thing. I spend so much time focusing on the corporate press, despite the fact that they're winging and they lack any particular influence, especially now. Maybe David is right. And the bigger issue is to focus on where the media actually is. Yeah. You know, for the longest time, I resisted this. Because in my view, I'm like, who cares about Sam Cedar or Pakman? You know, Sam Cedar makes videos about me all day, every day, and he gets 500,000 views or more. And he actually said on the interview, if he wants to talk about Social Security, no one cares. But by talking about me, everybody wants to listen, and then he can explain Social Security. And so that's what they do. That's the machine. It works really, really well for them. But maybe I'm making a mistake, and I will accept this. I focus on CNN, MSNBC, and these corporate outlets, and they have no viewership. Nobody cares anymore. Maybe that's the reality. David Pakman may have figured it out. I matter substantially more than MSNBC and CNN. And I think y'all might actually agree. The number 4 biggest stream in the U.S. yesterday was me. No wonder people want to talk about Timcast, Tim Pool, and Timcast IRL. Maybe I should spend more time focusing on where the viewership actually is, which is these progressive channels. I mean, Brian Tyler Cohen gets massive viewership. So David Pakman's got 72.8 million in the last 30 days. To be fair, that's largely shorts. So it's hard to parse what is actual show viewership versus snippets. Snippets are okay, though. We don't really do them much the same. We started recently. We don't get nearly as many views. And Brian Tyler Cohen's got 150 million in the last 30 days. Yeah. That's crushing the likes of CNN and MSNBC. So maybe this is where we should be actually focusing, where the media is. And I don't mean this in any way to disrespect David or Brian Tyler Cohen. It's actually a point of respect. You guys have substantially more influence than corporate news. And a lot of us spend too much time talking about corporate news when we should be focusing on the ideas that you guys have and whether we agree or disagree. That being said, I think David is a shock jock, but whatever, he's allowed to be. David, you're right. You get way more views than they do. Your one video got more key demo views than CNN and MSNBC got all day combined. So, hey, maybe we should talk about you a bit more. I think you're right. I'm going to wrap it up there. Smash that like button, share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com because these bloodthirsty leftists, they're trying to destroy Timcast. The only way we can fight back. Well, we won the majority and all that, and I'm a moderate, so it's... But my friends, David Pakman is out to get me. You saw it. oh no, if you don't subscribe to this YouTube channel and tell all your friends to follow, then we are in trouble. Yeah. Okay, dude. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever ham it up like that, but share the show with everyone you know and follow me on X and Instagram. Stick around. We got more segments coming up today, and we'll see you all then.